Hi everyone, my name is Jackie Walsh. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm a teaching assistant for CS111, part of the Goals in CS project at MiraCosta. And I wanted to share 10 tips with you for being successful in the CS111 class. Tip number 1. Reread the chapters after you have done some exercises. Reading the textbook the first time can be overwhelming. So the second time, after your exercises, it'll help you to solidify coding concepts. Tip number 2. In addition to the first tip, watch videos regarding the chapter. Find YouTube videos of people creating projects with the concepts you are learning in class and notice how they are organizing their code and solving problems. They could explain concepts to you that you understand better than you have in class. Number 3, talk. It's really important for you to talk to your peers. The chances are high that they are struggling on the same things you are, so don't be afraid to reach out using the channels on our class Discord. Also reach out to your TAs or professors and take advantage of their office hours to talk to them with concerns you have about the material, and I promise you'll never be too far behind on the material to come and talk to us. Number 4, call me old-fashioned, but write your ideas and plans on a piece of paper before coding. I'm so guilty of not following this tip. I always just want to jump into a project because I'm excited to see it run, but it's a bit naive, especially when projects get a little too big. I can't tell you how many times I've had to scrap a project after working on it for more than a week because I didn't plan accordingly. When you have a plan or algorithm or flowchart, it can make things a lot faster, go a lot faster, and it can help your tutor point out errors you have in your project before you get too into it. Number 5, document your code. This means write notes, full sentences if you can, next to sections or lines of code in your project so that you or others know what's going on for each line or segment of code. I used to not see the point in documentation because I thought I would be the only one ever to look at my code, so why should I explain it? Why should I bother? Well, group projects are a thing, and your peers will want to know what goes into a method and how it does what it's doing. But also, you will forget what your code does when you eventually come back to a project from a few semesters ago, maybe, and you forgot how to create an array or an object or whatever. And you'll have no idea what's going on unless you have documentation. Number 6, don't be afraid of buzzwords. You're going to hear terms like API, backend, bugs, object-oriented programming. Don't freak out. Just look up their definitions over and over again if you have to, and use them when you're talking about projects or other CS-related topics. This makes them way less intimidating and much more helpful. Number 7, community. Get involved in clubs on campus that get you excited about the material you're learning. WICS, also Women in Computer Science, and CS Club are my favorites, but there's also CSIT Club and the Maker Lab, where you can find like-minded individuals who want to meet people like them and help each other get jobs and create projects. Also, off-campus organizations and events like hackathons at UCs or organizations like Women Who Code are abundant. So join as much as you can, as many as you can. Number 8, don't feel bad about Googling. That's going to be half your job if you plan to get into tech. Learn how to navigate your online resources. Stack Exchange, YouTube, GitHub are all common sites where to find solutions to problems. I'm not encouraging cheating. If you just copy other people's code without the intention of learning, then it'll cause more harm than good, and you'll be in CS113 before you know it and not be able to create an object. Number 9, combating imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome describes feelings of severe inadequacy. and self-doubt that can leave people fearing that they will be exposed as a fraud. It can affect everyone regardless of their success. This is something that will follow you into your career. It is normal, trust me. Just know that everyone feels like an imposter no matter how smart they are. So continue to ask your peers for help, and you'll be surprised by how most of the time they're just as confused, and you'll just end up learning together. And number 10, don't be afraid to fail. There will be times when you have to turn in an incomplete project, or you just can't seem to grasp some coding concepts. It's about trying again, and again, and again. So I encourage you to embrace a beginner's mindset. Forgive yourself for not understanding the first time. Stay curious and ask dumb questions. So these are my tips. Thank you for listening, and I wish you the best of luck.